Welcome to A Healer in Every Home. I'm your host, Burke Lenahan. Today we'll be talking about Qigong with Mary Ellen LaBelle, who is a teacher of Qigong and yoga. She teaches Qigong at the Arlington Center, a wonderful yoga and wellness center down the street. And today Mary Ellen will be talking to us about Qigong and explaining, first of all, what it is.
Well, thank you for having me first off, and I'd love to share my love of Qigong with you. And basically, Qigong is a slow flowing movement. It includes breath work and self-massage. It is an excellent stretch for every limb in the body, and it improves balance and posture and helps awaken your brain and calm your nervous system. And it actually activates the energy to flow through your entire body. So, and the word Qigong comes from Chinese. It's Qi means energy, and Gong means work or cultivation. So it's basically we are cultivating our energy.
So I know when I take your classes that within the first 5 minutes or so, I'm feeling all this tingling and I'm feeling this combination of very relaxed and energized at the same time. So one of the things I like about Qigong is I feel this immediate benefit just from one class. And I'm wondering if you could tell us what would be the health benefits if people practice it over a period of weeks or months.
So that energy that you're feeling is Qi, and it's just moving. Evidence demonstrates that Qigong activates the body's natural intelligence and is an effective addition to the treatment for many illnesses. After a few times of practicing, it lowers your blood pressure, it decreases pain, it relaxes tight muscles, and it is reduces stress. After a few months, you'll see improved physical function, restore of balance, and an increase in the immune system. And it also reduces neck and back issues while strengthening the muscles. And after a few years, you'll see a relief from anxiety and depression. You'll have stronger bones, and you'll also feel a sense of joy and the ability to go with the flow.
I have to say, you have a really amazing background. You came from the most high-stress job in corporate America, and you really jumped ship, and you landed with 2 feet in the world of natural healing and kind of the whole blossoming of the kind of new age approach to healing. And I'm wondering if you could share with us what that journey was like, that transformation.
I'd love to, actually. Several years ago now, I was at a workshop, and the presenter had said, I want you to just relax and journal and write while you're here. And at the time I wrote down, I'm lost, I'm trying to find myself, which was a huge aha moment for me. And I felt very emotional about that because I was in a high stress job in hospital administration, and I worked like 50 hours a week, and I was on call 24/7, and I had my family, and I was just trying to hold it all together. And at that point, I knew I had to change it up. So over time I did. I left my job, I moved, and I figured out who I was. I learned how to say no when I needed to say no, and I had have good boundaries. And I went to a 3-year energy medicine school and became a Reiki master and an instructor of Qigong and yoga. Yeah. So I feel like I have a good background to help other people. I can relate easily.
So we talked about doing a special Qigong series for my 90-year-old mother who would have to do it sitting down. And I'm wondering about if somebody has an injury or a disability of some kind, how can Qigong be adapted to people of different ages and different ability levels, let's say?
That's the beauty of Qigong. Anybody can do it at any fitness level at any age. It's very adaptive to the individual. The only thing you have to do is make sure you wear loose clothing and breathe.
Sounds pretty easy.
Yeah, you don't need yoga mats or anything like that. So yeah.
Is there any research on it?
There is thousands of studies done on Qigong and studies of all kinds, like Qigong in Parkinson's disease, or Qigong in balance, or stress, or depression. And the best site to go to just start to explore is qigonginstitute.com.
Great. Okay. So the word Qigong reminds me of Tai Chi, and I'm wondering, is it a form of Tai Chi?
Tai Chi and Qigong are both traditional Chinese practices focused on relieving stress and increasing energy. But Tai Chi is more complex and is more focused on form and takes a long time to learn. Whereas Qigong is a wellness system that is more focused on a repeated flow or even stillness and breath work.
That makes sense because I've done Tai Chi myself, and I have to say, now I have enormous respect for Tai Chi, and I have friends who practice it and love it. For me, way too hard. I can't follow the moves, and I definitely can't remember them at home. But Qigong is so simple. You do it's amazing actually that it has a medicinal effect because the moves are so simple, and then they're repeated, very easy to remember, easy to do at home.
Yeah.
So one reason I like Qigong so much. So you teach yoga too. Can you compare yoga and Qigong?
I can. Yoga and Qigong both focus on meditation and reducing stress, but yoga is more focused on the muscle, on holding the poses. Where Qigong is more flowing and individual. The person can kind of go into a free flow and get in touch with how their body feels and move the way their body wants to move.
That makes sense. I mean, again, my experience of yoga is that it's moving into a pose and then holding the pose for a while, whereas Qigong is constant movement. And also, even though yoga teachers are very good about saying, adapt the pose to your level, the fact is there is an ideal way to do the pose, and people are aiming at trying to reach that ideal way of doing the pose. And I never get that feeling about Qigong. I get the feeling that there's a benefit when I do it the way that I'm able to, the way that feels good. You always say do what feels good for your body.
Right.
I feel like that's a success in itself, and I don't feel like I have to do it the way a Qigong master would do it. Like that's not the goal.
Right, and I always tell my students you can't do it wrong. So immediately people relax.
Yeah.
Because we're always trying to be perfect, and you don't. You just want to listen to your body and go with the flow of it.
So if people want to get in touch with you or they want to attend your classes in person?
The easiest way is to go to MaryEllenTeach.com.